What's going on, guys? How we doing? Back again. I'm gonna wait for people to pile in here, because that's what we do. Wait for you to get back on the pile. Let's uh, let's just wait a few minutes. As boring as waiting can be, hurry up. We're gonna hurry up and wait. Oh, we got a few people watching. All right, all right. Let's wait. Let's keep waiting. We got three in here. Hey, guys. Hi, Pete. How are you doing, Pete? Pete Moss. Peter Pecht. Where are you from, Pete? Pete with a P. Pete with a P. Who's our other unknown guest? We know you're there. Great video sounds. Oh, you mean a fan? Can't beat the fan. Now we've got 11. Let's get into it. All right, guys. So we've got the New York. Let me try and shrink this down a bit. Ain't happening. Oh well. Oof. All right. New York City grand jury hears from final witnesses in Trump investigation. Let me know where you guys are at. Vancouver, Canada. Oh, wow. Jonathan North here. Hello, Jonathan North. I hope you always start your interactions like that, Jonathan North. The Trump investigation is. Oh, wait, we didn't cut to the article. I'm not going to read the articles in full. I'm going to give a little blurb, an original blurb. But I'm going to go ahead and highlight the article too so you can see it. I didn't summarize it from this article, but something similar. Of course, it has to do. I'm in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Chiang. Chiang. All right. New York City grand jury hears from final witnesses in Trump investigation. The Trump investigation is coming to a climax with the New York grand jury listening to final witnesses. This political thriller just keeps getting better, doesn't it? Robert Costello, a lawyer with some bad blood against key government witness Michael Cohen, stepped up to the plate. Costello claims he's got the goods to question Cohen's credibility. What do you guys think? Do you think this is going to go anywhere? A diversion? Yeah. You think that this whole story is a diversion? What do you think? What do you think is everything's being diverted from? But Robert Costello thinks that this testimony. But Costello thinks that Michael Cos. Oh God, let me just repeat that. Robert Costello, a lawyer with some bad blood against key government witness Michael Cohen, stepped up to the plate. Costello claims he's got the goods to question Cohen's credibility, but will his testimony be enough to save old Donald from criminal charges? We shall see. Bank runs. Why would people's attention need to be diverted away from bank runs? What are people going to do? Pull money out of the bank? It doesn't crash. Everything, there's contingency plans for everything. There's no real reason to divert attention away. I mean, if it's anything, it's not that power is not prepared. It's that maybe power doesn't want to go there right away. But yeah, Trump, ever the showman, is urging supporters to protest his possible arrest, which he expects. So he has said that he will surrender willingly. Just another day in the life of the former president, right? Well, now they seem to just be coming up with anything and everything. Seems to be that the AI are writing accusations at this point. Meanwhile, New York law enforcement is busy preparing for political unrest if an indictment does happen. We're talking New York. What kind of unrest is going to happen in New York? Who's going to be... You might have a few groups, but let's be honest. It's not going to be a whole lot. Yes. Oh, let's get to the comments real quick. Jonathan North, buying Bitcoin instead of having bank deposits. Oh. And what do you think that'll do, Jonathan North? Thanks for the thumbs up, Pete. Hey, leave a comment in the section, guys. Let me know where you're from and what you think about the coming indictment. We got 10 in the crowd and 2 talking. Let's hear from the rest of you. So it sounds like they've got. Sounds like they're going to have some spare barricades ready to deal with the unrest. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think people are going to, set some sparks to some red and blue autos? Huh? You think it's going to be some insurance? Dang, you're just pouring out Kool-Aid. AI chatbot here. We got an AI chatbot reporting in. Self-reported. As the New York investigation nears its end, Trump still faces criminal probes in Atlanta and Washington. Talk about a triple threat. This political drama could really shake up the 2024 presidential race, with some Republican contenders trying to walk a tightrope between condemning the potential prosecution and avoiding taking a stance on Trump's conduct. So will Trump emerge victorious? Or is he in for a rough ride? Stay tuned for the next episode of the Trump Chronicles, which may come to a close tomorrow. We shall see. Who knows? This is it's up for debate. But we've got some more interesting articles. Here we go. Cheating Colorado dentist 45 allegedly searched how to make poison online before lacing his wife's protein shakes with arsenic and cyanide. Whew, what a piece of work. Mother of 6 thought she had a sinus infection for weeks before being declared brain dead. Oh man. In a twisted tale that sounds like a rejected Breaking Bad spin-off, James Craig, a 45-year-old Colorado dentist and part-time poison enthusiast, apparently decided to trade in his dental drill for a more sinister tool. Instead of the usual flossing and fluoride treatments, he allegedly treated his wife to a cocktail of arsenic and cyanide, giving Killer Smile a whole new meaning. Angela Craig, a mother of 6, thought she was dealing with a sinus infection, but her husband's DIY remedy turned out to be a more lethal than WebMD could have ever predicted. Our ambitious Dr. Craig must have assumed Google and YouTube were his partners in crime as he dove into the world of undetectable poisons as if he were researching a high school chemistry project. In a true statement to the power of multitasking, while Angela fought for her life in the hospital, James entertained his orthodontist lover from Texas. Talk about dental bonding. James' nefarious ways were finally discovered when an employee opened a package at work and found it full of cyanide. Just your typical office supply. Police went full CSI on his digital life, uncovering his deadly Amazon shopping cart, along with his very on-the-nose email address, jimandwaffles@gmail.com. Side note, who knew you could buy arsenic on Amazon Prime? Unfortunately, Angela was pronounced brain dead, leaving 6 children without a mother and the world with one less phenomenal woman. Meanwhile, James is facing murder charges and a likely career change. One thing's for sure, his patients won't be rushing back for their 6-month checkups. Oof. Wasn't he supposed to be arrested the whole time he was in office? Well, you can't arrest. I don't think you can criminally prosecute a sitting president. So there was absolutely no way to do that. But what that did allow the FBI time to do was dig and dig and dig and dig. Which they did and did and did. We got another one. This is getting back to Trump and Nancy Pelosi. A front row seat to the Trump arrest, Nancy and Paul Pelosi arrive at their hotel in New York as indictment of former President looms over the city. Buckle up for a Pelosi-Trump showdown in the Big Apple. Nancy and Paul Pelosi were spotted rolling into New York City on Monday, just in time for Trump's potential indictment. I mean, who wouldn't want front row seats to that show? Nancy, now known as the Speaker Emerita, is scheduled to speak at the Wall Street Journal Forum at the Lincoln Center on Tuesday. But we all know the real reason she's in town. With her newfound freedom, it's no surprise she'd want to dance on the sideline of Trump's legal drama. Meanwhile, the Oof. Meanwhile, the former House Speaker has embraced her emancipated life, eating ice cream for. Sorry for the audio, guys. I apologize for that. That was jeez. I didn't even realize. Wonder if I should start over. You guys all want to come over to another live stream if I start this over? Because that was messed up. I totally forgot that we have, and I don't have any monitoring equipment to, you know, to cut audio out of the microphones. Who is Biden? I don't know. Who is Biden? Ringmaster. Keymaster? Alright, well, we got people here now. Although I think they're going to hate the live stream as a whole. Maybe I'll just go ahead and start over in this live stream and then just tell people to come over a different way later. All right. You have to remember what the Justice Department does is it lets you make mistakes repeatedly for years. And it just builds and builds and builds and builds. And eventually, when it wants to come down on something, it can just have an ungodly amount of evidence. But fortunately, Trump has probably been an intelligence asset for a long time. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, volume is a little low for this stream. Well, maybe I can turn it up. This was a grand old failure. It's hard to tell. Now, can you guys barely hear a fan in the background? That's what I don't want is that fan. I'm trying to get to negative 12 decimals. All my PCs have crapped out on me. And I'm stuck using a laptop. A decent one, but still not not too great. I'm gonna start over. If you guys would be so kind, come back over to the new one, and we'll start. All right. Refresh. You guys, how's it looking now? How's it looking? Let's leave a comment if you guys are here. I'm going to make sure that this time... Is this the same? The same stream? I think this may be the same stream. Let's just go on. All right. Buckle up for a Pelosi-Trump showdown in the Big Apple. Nancy and Paul Pelosi were spotted rolling into New York City on Monday, just in time for Trump's potential indictment. I mean, who wouldn't want front row seats to that show? Nancy, now known as the Speaker Emerita, is scheduled to speak at the Wall Street Journal Forum at the Lincoln Center on Tuesday. But we all know the real reason she's in town. With her newfound freedom, it's no surprise she'd want to dance on the sideline of Trump's legal drama. Meanwhile, the former Speaker of the House has embraced her emancipated life, eating ice cream for breakfast and hot dogs for lunch, living the American dream, right? She's even working on a book, which I can only hope is titled Life After Trump, The Adventures of Crazy Nancy. As Trump faces charges over hush money to Stormy Daniels, Nancy and her hubby enjoy their NYC getaway. But just remember, according to Pelosi herself, don't write down Trump's name, Just say she's burped. All right. The next one is pretty interesting. Censorship or evolution. Sensitivity readers divide the publishing world. Did you guys know anything about sensitivity readers? Have you ever heard anything about a sensitivity reader? To me, that would seem like something that detects ghosts, paranormal activity. But no, you would in fact be wrong. It's a profession which is increasingly under the spotlight as the culture wars rumble on. Sensitivity readers, editors, who identify insensitivities or stereotypes in manuscripts, are becoming a lightning rod for the publishing industry. Such readers have worked in the wings of the Western literary world for years now, though they were largely confined to children's literature. All right, enough with that. Censorship or evolution. Sensitivity readers are sweeping the publishing world, and the debate is heating up. These editors, who used to lurk in the shadows of children's literature, now help identify insensitivities and stereotypes in manuscripts for contemporary fiction. Some people love the idea, while others think it's ruining the fun of reading. Lionel Shriver, the author of We Need to Talk About Kevin, recently took a shot at the publisher on ultra-conservative British channel GB News, saying they're trying to ruin our books and to ruin our fun as readers. It seems like Shriver prefers his books like he prefers his friends, unsensitive and full of stereotypes. In a world where Roald Dahl's characters are no longer fat or crazy and racial references are removed from Ian Fleming's books, some see progress while others see censorship. But hey, maybe we can all agree that the world needs more sensitivity, whether it's in our books or our social media feeds. Sensitivity readers are a diverse bunch, with areas of expertise ranging from child of immigrants to expertise in both mainland Chinese and Hong Kong culture. And while some critics call them the sensitivity police, others, like Adele Holmes, who hired one for her book Winter's Reckoning, believe they help combat white privilege and make literature more realistic. So, are sensitivity readers the heroes we need, or are they just another symptom of cancel culture? Maybe they're just sensitive to how sensitive the world's become. Let's go through another one here. Russia threatens to bomb The Hague as China visits the Kremlin. Oof. Russia's threatening to bomb The Hague, and China's Xi Jinping is visiting the Kremlin because when the world's on fire, why not have a play date? Russian Security Council Deputy Chairman Dmitry Misselman Medvedev is telling International Criminal Court judges to watch the skies because nothing says diplomacy like hypersonic missiles. He's basically saying, hey, we've got God and missiles on our side, so good luck. Meanwhile, Putin and Xi Jinping are having a bromantic rendezvous in Moscow to discuss strategic coordination and practical cooperation. Isn't it cute when two dictators get together to practice true militarism, true multilateralism, while their buddy threatens to bomb a court building? As for the ICC, China's foreign ministry spokesman Wang Wenbin tells them to take an objective and just position. Sure, Wang, just as soon as Russia and China start sending out Valentine cards to the rest of the world. Xi's visit comes after his peace proposal that's basically like saying, hey, let's stop fighting and lift those pesky Western sanctions on Russia, but no need for Putin to leave Ukraine or anything. Ukraine's like, yo, China, maybe use your influence to make Russia stop being so aggressive. Good luck with that, Ukraine. And to top it all off, Medvedev telling the ICC they're going to cause the collapse of an international law because why turn to international institutions when you can just make agreements and threaten each other with missiles? Ah yes, the sweet smell of dark decline in international relations. What a time to be alive. Hey there in the chat. We got another one. Biden signs first veto of his presidency by blocking Republican crackdown on ESG and 401ks, claiming MAGA House Wing is putting retirement savings at risk by getting rid of social and environmental factors. Well, Biden finally whipped out his first veto, blocking a Republican crackdown on ESG and 401ks in a video so exciting you'll want a popcorn. Biden calls it a MAGA effort that would put retirement savings at risk by ditching those feel-good social and environmental factors. because you know who needs clean air and social justice when you're retired. Administration officials are all about the ESG factors, arguing that climate change, social impacts, and lawsuits have financial repercussions. But Republicans in Congress are like, nah, ESG is just funding woke agendas like fighting climate change instead of raking in the dough for savers. Senator Joe Manchin, one of the two Democrats who joined the Republicans, is passing the legislation, was absolutely infuriated by Biden's decision. He's not a fan of the administration's radical and progressive agenda and thinks it's putting investors and the country at risk. It's almost as if he's saying, won't somebody think of the West Virginians? Sadly for the GOP, the bill passed with the tight margins in Congress, meaning they probably don't have the votes to override Biden's veto. So for now, it looks like the ESG is safe in the world of 401ks. Happy retirement planning, folks. Oof, that's rough. It's going to be a rough one. No one's standing up, because you get out there and vote, you ain't going to do much. No, that's the truth. So guys, let's hear where you're from. Let's hear where you guys are all from. What city do you hail from? What do you guys think about Russia and the Hague? Sensitivity? Readers? What do you think about Nancy and Paul Pelosi standing on the sidelines of Trump's demise? What else we got? We got another one. Donald Trump was afraid Melania would dump him. Donald Trump paid off Stormy to prevent his wife from finding out the details of cheating claims. As it's revealed, the fuming First Lady did leave him and spent a night at the posh D.C. motel when the news broke. It seems like Donald Trump's biggest fear came true when his wife Melania found out about his alleged fling with Stormy Daniels. Sources say Trump paid Stormy $130,000 in hush money to keep his wife in the dark, but when the news broke, Melania was so furious she ditched the White House for a D.C. hotel, like a real-life rendition of Home Alone Presidential Edition. Trump's lawyer calls the payment a nuisance payment, which apparently is something rich people do to make problems disappear. Who knew? Melania was so upset by the scandal that she took an unannounced trip to West Palm Beach while her hubby was busy schmoozing European CEOs in Davos. I guess you could say the relationship went from Make America Great Again to Make Melania Stay Away. Despite Trump's denials of wrongdoing and any affair, Melania's public appearances with him became as robotic as a Disney animatron. It's almost like she mastered the art of smiling through the pain. I guess practice makes perfect. In a plot twist worthy of a soap opera, Stormy Daniels, star of films like Good Will Humping and Operation Desert Stormy, claims she can describe Trump's manhood in detail. But let's be honest, nobody asked for that sequel. While Melania stayed quiet on their 13th wedding anniversary, we can't help but wonder if Trump gifted her another upgraded diamond ring, or if she's just waiting for a get-out-of-marriage-free card. This story has more drama, irony, and plot twist than real life. Can't make this stuff up, folks. So where's everybody from? Where you hailing from? Let's see some city names. Do we got another one? I don't know that I do have another one. This was a terrible live stream for about 10 minutes. And maybe it still is terrible. Oh yeah, the camera's not there. The camera. I was trying not to do trying some shorts today. Not the kind I wear, but obviously the kind on YouTube. You know, YouTube's failed attempt at short form content. Not failed attempt, but late attempt to the party. Obviously, not quite failed, but not in time to scoop up the market share. Let's hear it. Let's hear what you guys are doing, where you're from, what's going on. Maybe we can pull another one out of Drudge Report. See if anything has happened, see if the missiles are on their way. What do we got? Oh, here we go. Interesting. Trump goes scorched earth. One sec. Trump goes scorched earth on DeSantis, raises questions about his sexuality, and peddles rumor smear. So Trump's been on this kick about claiming that DeSantis has a checkered past with people underage, though. I don't know. I don't think there's any. I don't think that there's any proof to that statement. Why don't we ask the FBI? We know they're in the audience. Former President Donald Trump launched a scathing attack on Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, raising questions about sexuality and repeating a groomer smear against him. This attack came after DeSantis commented on Trump's potential indictment in the Stormy Daniels case. In a post on Truth Social, Trump suggested that DeSantis might face false accusations and fake stories in the future. Well, everybody's going to pull up fake stories about everybody that they can. DeSantis, a potential presidential candidate in 2024, has not yet announced his intention to run. The feud between Trump and DeSantis has mostly been one-sided, and DeSantis trying to avoid directly attacking Trump. Yeah, that's probably best for a career move. Well, I'm going to call it quit here.